What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about on a daily basis, including money, investing, the stock market, the fourth stimulus package update, and stimulus check update. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so. And remember that new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as always, thanks so much for hitting the like button for us down below. Also, from our family to your family, we want to wish you a happy Easter and happy holidays here if you celebrate Easter. Also, thanks for being a part of our family, our YouTube family here. We literally consider you a part of our family, and you are a part of our family, part of our YouTube family. And also, we'll have some special guest appearances for you here later on today. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Let me know what you guys are doing for Easter. If you're doing anything special with the rest of the rest of your other family, not our YouTube family here. And also, if you ever kind of read down below in the comments, you know that really the rest of our family is just so amazing. If you ever read down the comments, we have so many people here, part of our community, that are so just so welcoming and loving down below in the comments, and always kind of saying amazing, really nice, heartwarming things to each other in the comments every single day. You notice a lot of the same faces, and yeah, I'm not gonna call anybody out here or anything like that, because I don't know if anybody wants to be called out by name or anything like that. But plus, I don't want to leave anybody out or anything like that. But you guys know, you see the same names. A lot of people, very, very heartwarming community that we have here. So, yeah. And honestly, I've said this many, many times. We have a we have the warmest community here on YouTube. So, yeah, as I said, God bless you guys. Happy Easter, and thanks for being a part of our community. So let's jump right in. Let me know your thoughts and let me know what you're doing here on Easter. And I'll have some special guests for you guys later on today. Tomorrow is tax day. That's right. April 18th is the official filing date for the federal taxes here. So yeah, hopefully you've done it here by now. But if not, you have till tomorrow to file. Normally it's April 15th, but because of the holiday weekend and the weekend here this year, it's extended to April 18th this year. You can see the headline here. I just brought this particular headline up because it's kind of fitting. Tax day nearing, many rush to meet April 18th deadline. And that's probably what millions of people are going to be doing here this weekend. Yeah, it's Easter, ironically, here this weekend also. So that kind of is going to maybe mess up some plans for some people and kind of make things extra busy for a lot of people. But also, yeah, a lot of people, hopefully you've gotten them done by now. Hopefully you've gotten them done by now. But I do want to say a couple different things here about taxes. Number one, I'll show you this. As you can see here, the IRS faces a massive, massive backlog of unprocessed tax returns and staffing shortages. Yeah, and it's not pretty. It's not pretty. Check this out. The IRS is dealing with backlog of unprocessed returns and unanswered calls as it heads into the end of this year's tax filing season. In a report to Congress last week, the IRS acknowledged that only 20% of callers have been getting through to live IRS agents at times this month. Yeah, so that means that if you call the IRS, 80% of callers have not been able to even get through. And it's also, I mean, you can read this is directly from Yahoo and in a report to Congress. That's why I like to show you guys this stuff directly on the screen, because if I told you this, some people might think I'm making this up. But in a report to Congress, and also in 2021, just 11% of calls were answered. Yeah. So when you hear things like they have a backlog of tax returns and also that they have staff shortages, um, this is a serious problem here. This is a serious problem. Now, generally, the way this works is that when you file your taxes, if everything goes smoothly, you can get it done in a timely manner in a matter of a couple weeks. Okay. And I've seen a lot of comments of people said, Jimmy, I filed my taxes and I already got my refunds. And well, congratulations, you skated by. But if anything is wrong with your tax return from last year or from this year, that's where the problems arise. That is unfortunately where the problems arise. Then your tax return goes into where they have to be manually processed. They have to be looked at by a human instead of the automated system. And then you're in trouble. Not necessarily you are in trouble, but that's where the delays happen. And that's where you'll see comments. You let me know in the comment section. But that's where you'll see people in the comment section say, you know what, Jimmy, I'm waiting for my tax refund from last year, from 2020 or from 2021. People are still waiting for their refunds. And that's the problem, is that one mistake or one number wrong or one thing missing, or the IRS has one question, and it puts a significant delay on things. And of course, nobody thinks anything's wrong on their tax return. I mean, of course, when you send in your tax return or you do it through an online software, nobody thinks anything's wrong, but that doesn't mean that everything is right, of course, right? The IRS could question something. They could say, well, they could think that something's wrong, and everything could be right, but the IRS might think that something's wrong on your tax return. And then that puts in something into question and thereby delay. And once you get put into that delay pile, well, that's when a human needs to look at it, and that's where the issues arise. So you either get put through the automated process and everything goes through smoothly, or you don't. And that's where everybody, if you run into that problem, you're just in for significant delays. Yeah, you can see here the IRS estimates that more than 3 million tax returns are being processed from 2021. Remember, that's from more than a year ago. Budget cuts and pandemic disruptions have shrunk staffing to less than 80,000 people, the same level it was nearly half a century ago. That's 50 years ago. And remember that former President Donald Trump cut the size of the IRS. So the problem here is that when you need the IRS's help, this is the problem. And when you need to call the IRS, you see these issues that literally 80% of or 90% of people can't even get through to the IRS. So, good luck. Well, roughly 10% of taxpayers still file on paper, which the National Taxpayer Advocacy calls the agency kryptonite. Often, people processing the paper are the same ones who answer the phones. So that means if you file via paper, it's maybe even worse. Yeah. On average, our hold times can range anywhere between 30 and 40 minutes, says IRS chief taxpayer. And the agency is hiring new employees and contractors to lighten the load, but Americans won't see the impact until future tax seasons. Also, the IRS is severely restricted on how many they can hire and the wages they can hire at. They're supposed to hire people at really much lower wages than a lot of other companies can hire at, and that's the problem. Is the IRS is hiring, but many other companies hire at much higher wages, so they don't end up normally really hiring that many people because they're not competitive wages. A couple different things we need to talk about here is that number one, if you got the child tax credits last year, those monthly payments, you only got 6 monthly payments. Remember, the monthly payments didn't start till July. The other 6 monthly payments that you didn't get, January through June, you get those via filing a tax return. Okay? You have to file a tax return to get that. Even if you're not normally a tax filer, you have to go ahead and file a tax return to get that money. Okay. I can't say that any clearer. Even if you're not normally a tax filer, even if you're on Social Security, disability, or anything like that, to get that child tax credit, which is $1,500 to $1,800 per child, you have to go ahead and file a federal tax return to get that $1,500 to $1,800 per child if you have a child and you were getting the child tax credit payments last year. The rest of the money comes from a tax return. Okay. If you've been watching my show, you know that I've said this in the past. Maybe you missed that episode or something. But the IRS says this as well. You have to file a federal tax return to get that money. Okay. And if you don't normally file a tax return, you better walk into an H&R Block or talk to somebody. Remember, I can't give specific. First of all, I know a lot about taxes. I'm a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur. My father-in-law is an accountant, and I just know a lot of the stuff, right? And I cover stimulus stuff literally every day. And I know that the child tax credits, in fact, I'll literally just show you this directly from the IRS website so you can not even take my word for it. You can see it right here from the IRS website from, remember these were from last year, 2021. You can see here under, let me zoom this in here, under the American Rescue Plan of 2021, advance payments, the monthly payments of up to half of the 2021 child tax credit payments were sent to eligible taxpayers. But remember, even if you weren't a taxpayer, you probably got them. Okay. If you receive the advanced payments, you can claim the rest of the child tax credits, if eligible, if you have children, when you file your 2021 tax return. Okay. So if you're not normally a tax filer, you probably need to file a 2021 tax return this year. Okay. Even if you filed a little late, even if you weren't prepared for this, if this is the first time you're hearing it, file it late if you have to. I mean, you're not going to have any penalties if you don't owe the IRS any money. So I don't think you really probably have to worry about that. But to get that money, $1,500 to $1,800 per child, you have to file a tax return. Very, very, very important. You can Google this. You can just Google IRS 2021 child tax credit tax return, and you'll find this page. So, yeah, the IRS literally says that there's going to be thousands and thousands of people that miss out on the rest of the money because they don't file a tax return. And I'm trying to prevent as many people that. Remember, literally part of my mission here on this YouTube channel is to help as many people get as much money as possible. So I originally started this channel helping people start a home-based business selling products on Amazon. Remember, that's one of my businesses. And then now with stimulus came around and I was like, hey, let me make videos on that. It's a hot topic. And here I am today, helping people get money with child tax credits, stimulus checks, and paycheck protection program. Literally anything that can put money in your pocket, I'm telling you guys about it. Okay, so that's one of them. The next thing I want to tell you guys about is that there's still hundreds of thousands of people. I don't know exactly how many, but there's a lot of people who didn't get previous stimulus checks because I still see comments today. I seen somebody the other day that said, I never got stimulus check number two. If you never got stimulus check number 1, 2, or 3, the federal stimulus checks, not talking about state stimulus checks or anything like that right now. If you didn't get stimulus check 1, 2, or 3 at this point, The only way to get them is to file a tax return. Okay. Remember that stimulus checks from the federal government are actually tax credits. Okay. Uh, Technically, one of the official names for them are advanced. Let me think about this. Advanced refundable tax credits. Okay. They're advanced because they give them to you ahead of time, and they're refundable because they give you the check whether you owe the IRS money or not. Okay. And they're tax credits. So, what that means is that if you don't get the check in the mail, it gets lost in the mail, or the IRS can't find you, you moved, or you change bank accounts or something like that, and it bounces back, or they sent you the check in the mail and then you moved and it comes back to them or something like that, you don't cash the check. Ultimately, you claim the check via however you pronounce that. Everybody pronounces that a little bit differently. It just depends on what part of the country you're from. You claim that by claiming it with a tax return. Okay, and I'll show you right here on the screen. Yeah, so right here, to claim your stimulus payment, if you didn't receive a stimulus check 1, 2, or 3, look for line 30 on your 1040 tax return. Okay, again, I'm just trying to help here as many people as possible. Okay, line 30 on 1040 tax return. So if you didn't receive stimulus check 1 or 2, that will be on a 2020 tax return. On a 2020 tax return. Those were stimulus checks from former President Donald Trump. Okay. If you're missing stimulus check number 3, that's the $1,400 stimulus check. So remember, stimulus check 1 and stimulus check 2. Stimulus check 1 was $1,200. Stimulus check 2 was the $600 federal stimulus check. Okay. Stimulus check 3 was the $1,400 stimulus check from President Biden. Stimulus check 3 you would do for this year's tax return that people are doing right now here in 2022. Okay. You would put on line 30 the amount that is owed to you. So if you're owed one stimulus check, like it's just for you, you would put $1,400 on line 40 if you didn't receive it. If you didn't receive it. If you didn't receive one for you and your spouse, you could put $2,800 there. If you didn't receive one for you and your dependent, like you and your daughter per se, you could put $2,800 there as well. Same thing for past stimulus checks. But remember that stimulus check 1 and 2 are for year 2020 tax returns. Okay. And stimulus check 3 is for year 2021 that you're filing right now in 2022. And also remember that in case you already filed a 2020 or 2021 tax return, you can always go back and file an amended tax return. Okay. Same thing if you forgot to claim the child tax credit for whatever reason, if you forgot to claim the rest of the other half of the money. Okay. Or if you didn't take the monthly payments and you forgot to claim all of it, the whole $3,000 to $3,600 for some reason, you can always file an amended tax return. Okay. Now, chances are an amended tax return is probably going to put you in the delay pile, but better late than never, right? Better to get a $1,400 check or those child tax credit checks. Better late than never, right? I mean, getting $1,000 or however much money it is better better late than never, right? Um, and again, I'm giving you this advice for free. I'm not even like charging anything or something like that, right? Free advice is literally free. Um, but yeah, so again, this this isn't like I can't give you personal advice because I'm talking to thousands and thousands of people here. So if you're in one of these situations, same thing with state stimulus checks. Some of these states may require you to file a tax return. Okay. But in some cases, you can file a tax return for 2021 here now in 2022 and say, you know what? I earned $20 this year in earned income. I sold something at a garage sale. You can do that. Or say, you know what, I earned a few dollars working for my son or something like that. So you could do something like that. But again, each person's different. If you're on disability or something, you might not want to do that. I don't know everybody's situation. So you would want to talk to somebody personally, somebody in your family who might know something about taxes, um, or maybe walk into an H&R Block and say, "Hey, can you just give me some advice?" Or another thing you can do is this: you can go to Google and you can type in IRS free tax help, and you can actually go up here, go to Google here, and IRS free tax return preparation. Where can I get free tax help with my return? And you can see here, there's kind of two results here. IRS free volunteer help, and they have a couple different things here. People who generally make less than $58,000, or people with disabilities, and then they have another one here. The second result here: where can I get free tax help with my return here? Find a location for free preparation by volunteers. Yeah, this goes to the same link. So you can just go to Google and just type in IRS free tax help, and they have literally IRS's volunteers that will help you with this. Or you can just walk into the an H&R Block. Or, like I said, maybe you have a friend or family member that maybe knows a little bit about taxes, and you can ask them. If you're not a tax filer, or maybe you just have a question about your personal taxes. Again, I'm not an accountant, um, and I don't know your personal situation, but all these things are kind of things to know about, because taxes can be confusing sometimes, and sometimes you just kind of need a little bit of a helping hand, but you need someone personally to talk to. But that's why I'm here, just trying to help as many people as possible. You do need to file a tax return to get the rest of the child tax credits. You might need to file a tax return to get some state stimulus checks. Remember, for the federal tax stimulus checks, they had that non-filer tool um, back in the day, and then they closed it. Um, and there's kind of all these different kind of situations that kind of pop up here, that I'm trying to help as many people as possible. Remember, I don't charge anything. I don't try to get people to join my channel and pay me or anything like that. If anything, I've done giveaways here for thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars here on my channel. So I'm just literally just trying to help as many people as possible here. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your questions in the comments. I try to answer as many questions as I can through my videos. I can't answer questions through the comment section every day, because I just get a lot of them, and it takes up a lot of my time just doing my videos, spending time with family, and my other businesses as well. But I do see your comments in the comment section. If you know, I heart a lot of comments, and I see them, and kind of when I see common questions, I address them through my videos. And I'm just trying to research everything for you guys, keep you up to date here on a daily basis, let you know all the stimulus news, as well as daily news, what's going on with federal stimulus checks, what's going on with state stimulus checks, who's doing what, and keeping you up to date here with everything you guys need to know about. So let me know your thoughts. Happy Easter. May God bless you on this weekend, and I will keep you up to date here with everything you need to know about. So make sure you subscribe to our channel. It's completely free to do so. Just click the subscribe button. This way you won't miss out on new videos that are out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have a special guest appearance for you later on today. You can click here to watch my newest video next. And this is my most recent video on multiple different states that have just passed, and have also proposed, multiple different states doing that here, as well as the federal government proposing a lot of different things here. So I will keep you up to date. Click on one of those videos next, and I'll see you in the next video.